Welcome back to the show. My next guest is the CEO and president of the Ottawa Network for Education, helping to remove barriers to learning. I am joined by Heather Norris. Heather, welcome to the show. Great to have you here. And Heather, let's start with the obvious question. Give us an overview of sort of your mission and vision at the network.
Sure. At the Ottawa Network for Education, we fuel kids and ignite learning every school day. We work in partnership with the 4 public school boards. And so we really work with our partners in education, government, community partners, the business community, donors, and volunteers to run 7 different programs in both English and French to support student well-being and student success here in Ottawa.
Yeah, let's go over some of those programs, because as you said, you do offer a number of them. Let's start off first of all with volunteers in education. Tell me how you work within the different school boards.
So one of our 3 pillars is learning, and within that, we strive to remove barriers to learning by matching volunteers to student needs and teachers' needs. We do this in partnership with the Ottawa Carleton District School Board. Okay. And so they identify needs to us, and we match volunteers. So if somebody in the community has a hobby or an interest or an expertise in supporting students along any of the curriculum continuum, whether it's math, science, music, history, literacy, chances are we have a volunteer opportunity to support student learning.
You mentioned literacy, which brings me to another program, and that is Ottawa Reads. Tell me about that program.
Ottawa Reads is geared to support children in kindergarten to grade 3 to help teach literacy and really show and use the magic of reading to support these children in building their literacy and reading skills. So we match a volunteer, a mentor that reads regularly with the same student to help them progress on their literacy curriculum.
Was that, were any of these programs, I mean, I think it's probably obvious, probably affected, right, during the pandemic? So I imagine you went virtual. Have you kept kind of a hybrid model now? How does that work?
I'm happy to share that for all of the programs that we were able to maintain programming during COVID, and our ability to move to virtual support was possible for the majority of our programs. Unfortunately, for programs like Ottawa Reads, to have that connection and really work with a child to follow letters on their literacy journey, not as easy to do through the virtual environment. Right. So that we've reinstated and reinitiated this year. However, with things like volunteer and education, we actually during COVID were able to pilot a virtual after-school tutoring program for one-on-one support, and that has continued and expanded as we've gone back to in-class.
Well, with that virtual in mind, another program you have is called Assistive Technologies, and of course, you know, technology is a bigger part of our lives, and young people are going to be using it, you know, throughout their entire lives. Tell me about that particular program.
Assistive technologies are a number of resources that we have available on our website to support both students and their families, their parents. You know, we recognize that there are diverse needs and different learning abilities and disabilities. So we've made certain resources available on our OnFee website to, again, support student learning and support their parents on their learning journey.
Heather, each and every program is incredibly important, but I think one program that all of us here in Ottawa will certainly recognize, and that is the school breakfast program. Tell me about that program, and perhaps, you know, maybe share some of those numbers. Has the need grown at all for that program in particular?
It has, absolutely. So for over 30 years, we have been providing the school breakfast program to public schools here in Ottawa. We're currently in close to 200 schools, serving 14,500 nutritious meals every school day. Wow. Pre-COVID, we were around 13,500. Certainly, as we all know and recognize, even in our home budgets and for our families, food security, the rising cost of food is having an impact on our own personal budgets. It's certainly impacting our school food budget as well. In terms of need, we have right now about a 7% increase in the number of students accessing the program at this time versus pre-COVID. And the cost for our school food budget has increased around 17%.
Let's talk classroom gardens. I think this is a wonderful program. Tell me the idea behind that.
So we have in close to 100 schools across the city, indoor classroom garden towers. And this is a credible opportunity to support and show the importance of growing food from seed to plate and the magic of watching students in classes actually grow food and watch them sit down and learn and eat together the food that they've grown is really incredible. And there's a lot of curriculum links to nutrition, to math, science, really fantastic program. And during COVID, we had hundreds of teachers and students who were growing windowsill gardens at home during the COVID timeframe.
JA Ottawa, that the JA standing for Junior Achievement. This is a really important program as well. Give me the details on it.
The Junior Achievement Program helps support and develop students with financial literacy, entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial thinking, and also work readiness skills. And again, we had the opportunity during COVID to maintain this programming with virtual. So now that we're back in class, we offer both in-person, in-class, and virtual opportunities. Last year, the JA program reached over 10,000 students within the Ottawa schools.
We also have Step for Youth, which we're just running out of time, so I'll encourage everybody to visit the website to find out more about that program. But before I let you go, I'd like you to tell people at home how they can help both monetarily and volunteer opportunities.
Thanks for the opportunity. Every year we are fundraising all year, every year for all 7 of our programs. We aim to raise at least $1 million and recruit thousands of volunteers to support the programs that we offer. So we certainly have opportunities for those who are available and interested in supporting our student and youth community here in Ottawa.
Excellent. Heather, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate the time, and I encourage everybody again, go visit the website, find out more information about the programs and make a donation. We'll be right back.